Before Warren Buffett and Bill and Melinda Gates began pushing the world's billionaires to give away at least half of their fortunes, one of the wealthiest men of the 19th century penned an essay with the hopes that he would inspire other industrialists to do the same. It was the height of the Gilded Age in 1889, and Andrew Carnegie, a pioneer in the steel industry, laid out why he would be donating the bulk of his wealth, an estimated $350 million, worth about $4.8 billion today. The work, called The Gospel of Wealth, was published 125 years ago this summer, and still undercuts the wobbly balance Americans walk between capitalism and social responsibility. "The man who dies rich, dies disgraced," he now famously wrote. That's the reason the Carnegie clan isn't on the new Forbes list of America's richest families. When Andrew died in 1919, he left his wife her personal assets, a small cash gift and their property, which was a Manhattan townhouse and their holiday home in Scotland, Skybo Castle. His only daughter, Margaret, received a small trust, and eventually they had to sell the townhome due to its costly upkeep, biographer David Nassau said. He left them enough money that they would be comfortable, but never as much money as the children of his fellow robber barons, who lived in Enormo. Money and power were handed down from generation to generation. That wasn't going to happen with the Carnegies. It was a deal they had agreed to long before he died. In fact, the Carnegies signed one of America's first prenuptial agreements, which detailed the terms of the inheritance. That paved the way for Andrew to endow 200 libraries, the Carnegie Institute of Technology, now Carnegie Mellon University, and the Carnegie Corporation of New York. Barely anything is left of Andrew's fortune, which was once valued on par with the oil tycoon Rockefellers and the banking Morgan family. The 13 fourth-generation members of Andrew Carnegie's lineage now have the self-made wealth of white-collar professionals. Their children and grandchildren make up a large fifth generation and a growing sixth. Linda Thorell Hills, one of Andrew Carnegie's great-granddaughters, said her family has lived conservatively and privately, noting that it is easier to blend in since they are all descendants of his only daughter and none live with the Carnegie last name. Still, she said, they're emboldened by his legacy. Making one's own way in life is a healthy way to be, Thorell Hills said. Our family has been very much raised with the philosophy that our own individual lives are what we make of them. Born in Scotland to poor weavers, Carnegie immigrated with his parents to an impoverished town in Pennsylvania in 1848. His story starts out sounding eerily similar to countless immigrant tales of his time. According to his autobiography, at 13 years old, he began his first job, earning $1.